When I was younger, hearing the word session guitarist would always sound so magical to me. I'm old enough that when I was young, CDs were still the big thing. And whenever I'd buy a new CD, I would put the music on, open up that booklet, see straight away who the musicians were, who produced it, who engineered it. I actually still do this whenever I can actually get a physical CD. Oh look, here's one of mine. Link below to get one. And of course, when you would see artists live, they would have amazing musicians with them. Sometimes you could actually see the musicians, but oftentimes they're just black silhouettes in the shadows, but monster players. Now, I've been fortunate enough over the years to do some pretty cool sessions. Some of those sessions I'm just playing chords. Sometimes I get to put a little flair over the track. But it's always about the track. It's always about the song. It's playing what the song needs, not what you need. The biggest ego should always be the song. Now, I recently did a cool session for an artist called Lavina, and near the end of the song, I was able to cut loose.
Can we meet on the darkest day? Take a trip and just fly away. Maybe our story starts when everything falls apart. Apocalypse. I don't care if it has to change, as long as you and me stay the same. We stay the same. We stay the same. Oh, apocalypse. Apocalypse. Let the apocalypse come. Away on the run. Apocalypse. Let the apocalypse come. Away on the run. Apocalypse. Let the apocalypse come. Away on the run. Apocalypse.
Now, the full video to this is on the LDN Features YouTube channel. Be sure to check it out after this video. I'll put a link in the description box below. That was a cool day as the team had got 3 artists down and the musicians they put together all played on the different songs. As I said, it really was a great day and something I really needed, to be honest, because at the time my head was in a bit of a crazy, weird mode, and it really got me out of my funk. We got sent the songs a few days in advance so we could have a listen and get the structure down and actually learn the songs. I mentioned in my last video about how important ear training is, and this is a perfect example. For instance, I remember one song in particular that day was very neo-soul and had some pretty advanced chord voicings going on. And when I was working out the song, I'd certainly had to rewind a good few times to get those voicings down in my head. I should say though, on a lot of recording dates, you don't get the luxury of getting the songs beforehand. If it's a live session or if it's a recording session, a lot of times you'll turn up, they will play you the song while it is, and you've got to quickly write a little cheat sheet to the chords, and that is when you've got to be on it. So again, the ear training, kids. Very, very important. Most of the musicians I already knew just from being in the musician world. We'd already met on previous gigs and sessions and stuff like that before, but all super, super lovely chaps, and more importantly, all really good at what they do. When you get there in the morning, it's usually a good couple of hours of setting up, mainly mic placements, and that's when the engineers are at their busiest. So I usually have a good 3, 4, 5 or 6 cup of teas, and I'm just waiting for them to say, "Oi, get in there and start making some noise." Now, I remember that day I took my Musicman Cutlass, and this really is such a great guitar. I call it the Strat killer, and it really is, you know, and it's not a Strat. I'm sure if you're a regular viewer of me, you would have seen this before. If not, I'm sure I'll put a little link so you can see a previous video or previous videos of me playing it. But I just took my Musicman Cutlass and I used one of the amps in the studio, which was a Fender Supersonic. And if you've been watching me for any length of time, you will know that I know that amp very, very well. I've had my Fender Supersonic combo for 9 years now. And the one I used in the studio was just a head. And I'm not sure on the cab, I've got a picture, you'll be seeing something now. I'm not sure on the cab, I can't remember if it was a Fender cab or it was a 2x12 cab, I know that. It sounded very nice, that's the main thing. And I have my main pedal board in the studio with me with some of my favourite toys on it. Once everything had set up, the artist had arrived, We went through the song maybe 2 or 3 times with them, and would have done a practice beforehand, just making sure we got the structure down. If we want to go over some harmonies, vocal harmonies, or extend sections for a cheeky little solo or some kind of instrumental part going on. This is what I really love, as to me music is like a painting. You get to create with it, you get to have fun with it. What if I use this colour here for this? What if I use this colour here for that? And when you have other great guys doing this as well with you, you can really feed off each other, and dare I say it, really vibe off each other, man. But it's true. But the key thing here is what works for the song, not what works for your ego, just because you want to get your thing in there. I know there's a lot of people who watch me who would like to be professional musicians themselves, so please do bear this in mind. Also, if you're an artist too, I remember when I released my song, The Devil's on My Side, there'd be a link below to Spotify, etc, so do check it out. I would have people message me saying, where's the guitar solo? Why isn't there more guitar? And I would just say, the song didn't need it. In my head I could hear a nice slide guitar solo with some vocal harmonies going on, and that's what I did. That's what the song needed. That's what worked best for the song. Yes, I could have blasted all over it, but it wouldn't have made sense for the song. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. Being a session guitarist can be very varied, but hopefully this gave you a small little idea what it's like to be a session guitarist. Anyway, I've been Mike Bradley. I hope you're doing very well as always. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. And I'll see you in the next one. Mike Bradley signing out. Bye.